how Santa got his job with your Career Navigator team.
Hello, elementary students. It's Mrs. Cordes here, your Career Navigator at Alcona Community Schools in Sanborn Elementary. Thanks for joining our Career Navigator team. Today we have a special activity. So before we start, I gotta make sure I have everything. I have my ugly sweater, so I'm ready to go. I have my stocking, but you have to meet the rest of our Career Navigator team. Come on!
Hello everyone, I'm Mrs. Karowski and I'm the Career Navigator for Alpena Public Schools. We're so happy to be sharing this with you today.
Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Teratuta here, Career Navigator for Hillman Atlanta Schools, helping Santa get ready for his big day at the beginning of his career. Are you ready?
Let's go, I think we're ready now. So first off, we have to get Mrs. Teratuta her book so we can learn about how Santa got his job. Okay, so let's get her the book. It's not a mechanic's book. It's not a snowplow book. It's not a welding book. How Santa got his job! Here you go, Mrs. Teratuta.
Oh, I'm so warm and cozy today in my nice, ugly Christmas sweater. Sitting here with my buddy Santa. What should I read today? I think I'll take a look at the classifieds. What? You don't know what classifieds are? Classifieds are in all of your local newspapers. This is the place where employers let us know what jobs are available in the area. Lots of people use classifieds to help them find out where there are jobs available. What's that, Mrs. Cordes? You have a book about Santa? Sure, I'll read it. How Santa got his job. Santa is also reading the classifieds. Let's see what Santa has to say. Inside this book written by Stephen Krensky and illustrated by S.D. Schindler, they have a dedication page. Do you know what a dedication page is? The dedication page talks about maybe someone special in their life when they were writing the story, or someone who has meaning to this book. This one's for my mother-in-law, Mary Frungello, who has worked closely with Santa for many years. To Paige, Lisa, Janet, Bernadette, and Carrie for keeping us elves working. When Santa Claus was a young man, he went out looking for a job. Santa wanted no part of desks or offices. He liked to stay on the move. His first job was cleaning chimneys. Santa was sure-footed on even the steepest roofs, and he loved twisting through the tight spaces. But there was a problem. Santa was so neat that he never got covered in soot or made the mess in the fireplace, so nobody believed him when he said he was done. Where's the proof, said some. You're not even dirty, said others. This led to lots of arguments. This is how come he knows how to go down chimneys, boys and girls. Well, then Santa worked for the post office next. This is where everyone could see he was doing his job. Santa's favorite part was bringing packages to people all over town. Waiting in traffic was frustrating, though. It was silly to waste all this time, he decided. So, to speed things up, he started making deliveries in the middle of the night. But there was a problem. No one was glad to see him at that hour. The postmaster got so many complaining letters that Santa had to leave. I wouldn't want mail in the middle of the night, would you? So, since Santa had discovered he enjoyed staying up late, he tried cooking an all-night diner. Oh, it felt good to fill orders for customers. Sometimes Santa even surprised people with extra helpings. Oh, I couldn't eat another bite, many of them insisted. Well, maybe just one. But there was a problem. Every night, Santa tasted and sampled and tasted some more. Before he brought anything out of the kitchen, he gained a lot of weight. Well, hoping to get some exercise, Santa then found a spot at the zoo. He was very organized about the animals. I know when they are sleeping, said Santa, and when they are awake. Over time, he also learned whether they were behaving themselves or not. But there was a problem. Santa became close friends with the reindeer and all the other animals got jealous. Sadly, the zookeeper had to let him go. See, he knows when you're awake, he knows when you're sleeping, and he's got his best buds, the reindeer. By now, Santa was starting to get discouraged. He didn't even notice what the reindeer were doing behind him. They worked hard to cheer him. Together, they joined the circus. Soon, the reindeer were shooting Santa out of a cannon 3 times a night. Santa liked flying through the air and wearing his new costume. He was a big success. But there was a problem. The ringmaster wanted to build up the suspense. You need to look frightened, he told Santa. We want the crowd to worry about you. But Santa was having too much fun for that. Ho, 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 he always cried. And he flew through the air so the crowd wasn't worried at all. Hey, check out his suit. Well, the angry ringmaster soon fired Santa and the reindeer, and they gathered their things, and then some elves came looking for autographs. When they heard the news, they invited Santa and the reindeer home for supper. The elves lived way out of town. They were toy makers, and their house was a workshop. There's the workshop. Santa was amazed. Children must love these toys, he said. The elves looked embarrassed. They only made toys for their own pleasure. Selling them was too much trouble. What if you give them away? Santa asked. The elves hadn't thought of that. I could deliver them for you, Santa offered. Well, there are enough toys here for the children all over the world. The elves smiled and hired him on the spot. Well, the elves made Santa a special sack that was always big enough. No matter how many toys were put in it, they had built him also a sleigh. The polar bears offered to pull it. They were strong and whipped Santa across the snow. But there was a problem. It was the biggest problem yet. Can you see the problem? Well, to Santa's surprise, the problem could be solved. Santa and the reindeer practiced every day together, and they made a few mistakes, but soon they learned how to work as a team. So in the darkest part of winter, when people needed the spirits lifted the most, Santa got ready to go. As the elves said goodbye, they gave Santa an emergency kit. It held a compass, ski goggles, cough drops, and other things. Santa thanked them very much, and all of his jobs had taught him it was good to be prepared. So that night, Santa and his reindeer took off. The first night was a little hard, but because Santa was still learning about shortcuts and high winds, but at least he got the hang of it. Ever since then, the elves had made toys all year, and Santa has given them away in one night. He loves his job just as much as ever, and he's even gotten pretty good at it over the years. Still, he always keeps his emergency kit close by because no job is perfect. See, even Santa had to go through many life lessons to learn what career best fit his skills. He became very prepared, and he knew what he could do that would make him happy. Will you know what to do like Santa?
Thank you for reading how Santa got his job, Mrs. Terratuta. I had no idea that Santa was a chimney sweeper, a postal worker, a chef, a zookeeper, and more before he got his dream career as Santa. Wow! Well, now we're going to turn it over to Mrs. Kurowski. She has a really fun activity for us today. So let me get her Chromebook so she can get started.
Mrs. Cordes, thank you so much for remembering my Chromebook. I am so excited to share a little bit more about what we can take away from this fabulous story. Give me just a minute and I'll get this set up. Well, boys and girls, I love this story, how Santa got his job. It talks to us about how sometimes we have to kind of try things on and figure out what we love and enjoy the most to find the perfect job for us. Let's talk about some more interesting takeaways from this story. We know what Santa liked, and it led to his perfect career. However, we don't want to forget about the elves in Santa's life. Each of the elves are an individual and they have unique passions and things that they love to do. So let's talk about some of the elves and what they want to be in the future. This elf says, I like to watch the stars. One day I want to fly to Mars. I want to be, fly to Mars. Who could fly to Mars? Well, if you guessed an astronaut, you got that one correct. I like to cook and bake. One day I will make you a cake. I want to be, who cooks and bakes and makes cakes? That's right, this elf wants to be a baker. I like to play cops and robbers because one day I want to enforce the laws. I want to be a police officer. Being outside puts me in a good mood. One day I want to grow your food. I want to be, who grows our food? Think about that for a moment. This elf wants to be a farmer. I wish I were a bird in the sky. One day I will learn how to fly. I want to be a pilot and fly airplanes. The beach is where I love to be. When I grow up, I want to sail the sea. I want to be a sailor. Solving riddles are what I choose. When I grow up, I'll look for clues. I want to be a detective. I like to be silly and make you laugh. One day I'll be in a circus photograph. Something or someone in the circus. I want to be a clown. Say cheese and give me a smile. Taking pictures is my style. I want to be a photographer. I like to hide things really quick. One day I want to perform magic tricks. I want to be a magician. As you can see, each of these elves likes and enjoys doing different things. I challenge you to think about what you enjoy doing. The best thing in the world is if when you grow up, you can incorporate those things in the jobs you do every day. I'm going to ask you to elf yourself. What do you like to do? What do you want to be one day? If you take out a piece of paper, either by yourself or with your class, draw us your selfie showing us what type of job you think you'd like to do one day. And then you can explain why. What is it that made you make that decision? We're also going to be sharing some great resources for you and your family and your class. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Mrs. Kurowski, for sharing about some of the different careers that Santa's elves are interested in. We hope you all had a wonderful time reading how Santa got his job and learning about some different careers with us. We're going to share some activities that you can do for fun at home, with your families, or in class. So stay tuned for some more information. Thank you and happy holidays.
Check out these fun activities you can do at home or with your class. To access the activities, visit the following links. Thank you and happy holidays from our Career Navigator team.